Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool.
Okay, so we are live, everyone. So welcome to the battle of the sexes, y'all. I'm about to say the battle of the sexes. Welcome everyone to the Confessions of a Bachelor panel discussion. Brittany, and I will be your hosts for tonight's discussion. And this discussion should last about an hour and 45 minutes. Brittany will introduce the panelists, and I will ask the questions. So, are you ready?
We ready? Y'all ready? All right, let's do it. So first we're gonna have Reggie go ahead and introduce himself. Introduce yourself to the people and tell them what you do for a living.
Hello. This is Reggie Brown. I'm a marketing professional. Got about 10 years plus experience. Right now, I am the marketing insights analyst at Crane's Detroit Business. I'm also the outreach director for Detroit Homecoming. This year, last year, I was lucky enough to be honored as Michigan Chronicles 40 under 40 for 2020. And I'm also a Forex investor for over 30 years.
Okay, look at you doing big things. Well, we appreciate you being on the panel. We're gonna have tonight. We're gonna go with Leroy next.
How y'all doing? Leroy Jackson, better known as Ramon Jackson. Everybody know me as Ramon. That's a middle name, of course. I am a personal trainer, and I also I have my own photography studio located in Southfield, Michigan. So different photographers, videographers rent out my studio space, and I do mentoring for high schoolers. It's called Iron Sharpens Iron. So that's really what I do.
All right, that's good. We see you got your hand in a little bit of everything. That's what's up, mentoring the youth. That's always good. So next we're gonna go with James. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? So my name is James Taylor, and currently I'm the owner of Elevation Barbershop. So that's one of the many things that I do. We're located in East Point, Michigan. So yeah, come check us out.
Make sure y'all go check out Elevation. We got all these guys on here, all these guys watching. Thank you for being with us, James. We're gonna go with Torrance next.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Torrance Robinson, currently residing in Tennessee. I'm currently in the logistics field for Stanley Black & Decker, and also on the side, I'm also involved in many different ministry projects and in my local church and everywhere. And also, I'm a musician as well.
All right, what you play? Go ahead and tell us what you play.
I play drums.
The drummer. All right, Cody, you next. Cody, you on mute.
I'm a personal trainer and life coach and everything. Can you guys hear me?
You don't have to move that logo.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Did you introduce yourself?
I did. I said my name is Cody Fox. I'm a personal trainer and life coach, among other things.
Okay, cool. Thank you for being with us. And last but not least, we have Gregory. Greg, you on? Can you hear us? He might be frozen. Can y'all hear Greg, or is it just me? Y'all can hear him?
I can't hear.
Okay, well, we're going to come back to Greg. I think.
What's up, good people? I'm Gregory, born and raised in Mississippi. I can hear you.
We can hear you now. You coming back in.
You can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I'm Gregory Giles Jr. I currently reside in Nashville, Tennessee. Um, I currently work for the United States Department of Veteran Affairs as I work under the business office there. I'm a grad student at Tennessee State University pursuing my MBA, and I'm also a minister here at Cathedral of Praise Church of God in Christ, Nashville, Tennessee, where I spearhead the college ministry, college and young adult. And I'm grateful to be a part tonight.
All right. Kojic in the house. Well, thank you guys. Thank you again for being on the. We appreciate y'all. And we're about to get into these questions. Candace, you ready?
I am ready. So let's get started. I hope the ladies are ready. That's watching, ready, can bring these questions and listen. Fellas, are y'all ready? All right. Okay, the first question, this came from the singles group. Would you pursue a woman that sleeps with you on the first night, and would you respect her afterwards?
Be honest, y'all. Go ahead and tell us.
I would probably pursue her, but I probably wouldn't want to sleep with her on the first night. Not that anything's wrong with it. It's just I wouldn't want to take it that far on the first night.
I'll second that. I agree.
For me, I mean, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that go into it. Because it can depend on like your chemistry, like where your chemistry, like is it something that you feel like is genuine, or is it something that you feel like you always do? And so I think back in my mind, I'll fall back, like I'll pull back a little bit and try to really assess this person, because I always have that in my mind. Like, you told me on the first day, then I know everybody else too. So yeah, I probably still would, but I would take it really slow. Yeah. So this is not
Okay. Torrance, what you think?
Well, I second what Cody and Reggie says. No, I'm not gonna sleep with you on the first night, and no, not doing it. No.
Okay, so y'all saying that you wouldn't. So what if she was very aggressive? Like, some women are very aggressive, and they want what they want. So how would y'all handle that situation?
Well, what I would say, before I even take her, I would explain to her my core values and my beliefs on that. And if she doesn't decide to respect it based off the phone conversation, there's no point of us even proceeding to a first date. That's me personally.
That's why I believe you got to set boundaries for real, because most of the times people go into these situations as in like, oh, we're gonna have sex on the first night. I think you shouldn't technically go in thinking like that, because you easy. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, you are. I mean, you a hoe. I'm gonna be real, 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? You easy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you need to take your time to get to know a person before you get to know them physically, for real. I think you need to know them mentally before physically. That's my opinion.
Okay, Greg, what you think?
I'm a little bit everywhere, honestly. I feel like I'm the type of person I'm scared to say never, only being that like I feel like it'll come up on me. But I mean, honestly, I wouldn't, because I'm gonna go with my man James. What he was saying, like I take it slowly, only being that like I don't know who else have you done this with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm pretty cool with the words, but at the same time, it's just like I know some niggas out there that's smoother than I am. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like if I was able to get this far, then who else surpassed that? You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely, be nervous. However, if I really like the person, I try not to have sex on the first night. I try not to have, partake in those, that's just it's strenuous, but things happen, you live, you move on, but at the same time, yeah, it's I don't know, it's subjective, it's subjective.
Okay. Good answers. Okay, so this is another question from the singles group. Why do men wait until the woman is gone or halfway out the door to want to act right? Meaning, you know, hold on, let me add.
Oh, let me go.
Need some clarification on that.
Okay, so
I feel
this
like
is
people want what they.
go ahead, I'm sorry. Somebody was talking? Or do you want me to
I would say we need some.
Reclarify. Just
Okay, so what I think she's asking is, you know how some guys will take a woman for granted, and then once the woman is fed up and she's halfway out the door, then you know some guys will try to act right and try to do what they should have been doing in the first place. So I guess that's what the question is.
So y'all looking like
Hold on, let me get to these questions. Wait, hold on. Let me get to the comments. We gotta put these comments up here.
Yeah.
Come on, I know you ought to be in the situation. Act like
so I go for sure. So I feel like the grass is always greener. You know what I mean? 80-20 rules, you know what I'm saying? Like you always looking at that 20%, while that 80% is in your corner. And then once you get closer to that 20, you realize that 20 is working. But then you know what I'm saying, you try to revert. Also, people want what they can have. So if I feel like my girl is leaving me, I'm gonna pursue her harder, only being that like, you know, you can't do me like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like it's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a lot of ego. It's a lot of feelings, because I feel like we hide our feelings, and at that point in time, we're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Because the good things that we have is getting ready to leave, and so at that time, we're desperate. Like, we, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go nowhere. You can't do me like this. I'm supposed to be the one doing this, not you. And so, yeah, I don't know.
Wait.
Ego. Sum it up, ego.
Ego.
I think that's
Drea.
Like I would say for me, because I've been in this position too. So I would say for me, it was like, you know, it took for me going through stuff with that person for me to realize, like, yo, like she was really down for me, or she really, you know what I'm saying, like cared for me in this way, and I was just like not realizing that, or I was just so stuck on myself that I didn't realize like how much I hurt this person. So for me, like what made me the man I am today is when I realized like how much, you know, I hurt an individual that I really cared for, like through my immaturity. And that changed my life. Like when that hurt happened, it was like, okay, you know, I need to get this together. Like I need to change some things. Like this part of me is flawed. Like this mindset, this learned behavior, like I got to get rid of it. So I would say, yeah, you know, it sometimes it do take that hurt, like hurt to push you, and it'll grow you up and it'll mature you. Like what happened, you know, you'll be good after. But sometimes you gotta let that woman go. You know, sometimes you gotta let her go. You can become the man that you need to be. But yeah, at the same time, it's like I think it goes back to the ego. You know what I'm saying? You got your ego, and you're like, man, you know, I need to get it together, and that hurt breaks that ego down. So yeah. Once you broke it down, then now you can see everything a little bit clearer. And now you're like, man, I need to do right. I need to get it together. But now mentally, she gone, and so you're just kind of chasing the ghost, you know, trying to get things back. Yeah,
that's real. That's a good answer. That was real.
I like that too. Okay, I guess no one else want to answer, right? Okay, I'll move on. Okay, so this is another question from the singles group. On average, how long does it take for a man to ask the woman to be his?
Ooh-wee.
I feel like I mean, I got it's the vibe, the chemistry. Because you think about it, you really don't know somebody for real. I mean, you can ask to be with them, go out, or be your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's like you don't know them for real. So, man, I don't know. I can't answer that, man. Somebody else go.
I'm gonna say for me, like, and I recently just came upon this. I would say a year. I think a year span of you like talking with someone consistently, getting to know them, you would get a chance to see multiple sides of that person. So you can be like, okay, you know what I'm saying, is this really something I want to do? sometimes it'll be sooner, but I think a year is a good time. Like bro said, it depends on the vibes, the chemistry. But for me, I think a year is a year.
A year. Okay.
I think
Depending
I
on
think-
friendship or not.
I think for me, it's really about, I agree, it's about chemistry and the vibe you have. But I think the older you get, the less time it takes for you to have whatever those confirmations are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it can range. For me, I think I need at least 3 months, at least 3 months. But anytime after that, at that 3 month point, I think I got enough information to where I could feel like we could take that next step. Don't mean you're gonna get it. It might be, closer to 6 months to a year. But I think the older you get, the more you go through, the more you mature. Because I think when you're younger, you want to know everything about a person before you make that decision. As you get older, it's more about knowing what you're not gonna do. So you don't need to know everything they will do. It's like, I know she ain't gonna do this, so I can take this step.
That's good. Okay. So we all agree it's based off the vibe.
No. What does be my mean? What does that mean?
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
What does be my mean? What exactly does that mean?
Like to be in a relationship, like his, like y'all in a fit, like y'all in a relationship. Like you, my
Exclusive?
girl, you my lady. We want to work towards something.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether you were talking about marriage or just being exclusive. It depends on the chemistry. You know what I mean? It depends on how often we're together. We're together all the time. We're having sex, and we're feeling like this is us, and it's gonna become like maybe 6 to 8 weeks. I don't know before I go. What are we doing? Are we exclusive? Because if I'm feeling you, I'm not gonna really want to share you. I'm not gonna really want to share you. So I'm gonna have to understand what we doing. Are you mine, or are you seeing other people? Are you dating other people? Because I'm probably not gonna accept that. I'm probably not gonna want to be a part of that. I'm probably gonna opt out. No, I'm dating other guys. Whatever. You go ahead and see what happens with those other guys. I'm opt out.
Okay.
Me, I would say I'm a little different.
He said someone said you have an echo.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Do you have like can you?
I got my headphones on.
Oh, that might be what it is.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe everybody mute that mic.
No, and your it's breaking up too. Is it breaking up? Can y'all hear it? It's kind of.
Yeah, it just broke up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I want to make a comment real quick. I will also say it goes on the type of guy too, because you can have some guys, like for me, for example, like I'm not just dating you or asking you to be my girl, because I'm like, oh, I want to spend time with you, I want to be with you a year, 2 years, 3 years. Like in my mind, if I'm dating you, like I see you as a potential wife. I'm gonna take my time with it. I'm not gonna rush things. I'm not gonna try to, force anything, because at the end of the day, I'm not just investing this time just, we'll be together 5 years. If it don't work out, oh well, I'll find something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're more of a long-term guy, or if you're more of a guy that's like, I like dating one woman at a time, if it don't work out, I'm gonna move to the next. That don't work out, I'm gonna move to the next. So it kind of depend on the type of guy you are too, I guess you could say.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely agree that it depends on the type of guy for sure.
Me personally, I would say like, I need to see, before I make someone official, I need to see how they handle some type of struggle, whether some type of life event or something like that. Not saying this person has to lose anything, but like, hey, what if 1 week you short on money? I need to see how you handle that before I make you mine. Hey, are you gonna go out here and run your card up, get a whole bunch of loans and things like that? I need to see how you handle those type of situations, so I would know if I want to make you mine or not, if I can put up with it.
Good answers. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to answer this. I feel like so okay, I admit. So I tell people I'm a hopeless romantic. You know what I mean? I'm in love with the idea of love. I think love is everything. But I feel like I have a hard time. I don't even know. So I start with this. I feel like 4 to 6 months it's like everything, you know what I mean? You feel like you have enough time to, you know, learn that person, know that person, you know, go through things with that person. I don't know, just get to understand and knowing that person on a different level, you know what I'm saying? Where you know you're ready to take that next space. But again, I would say for me, I'm I'm in love with the idea of love, but I'm scared of love. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
cautious. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to say 4 to 6, and then I get to 4, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? She cute and all, but I don't know. And I'm at 5, I'm like, her mom like me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like it's just the vibes. And we at month 6, and I'm like, I'm feeling pressured, and if I'm pressured, like I'm definitely not gonna do it because I feel like something's gonna bust. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so I really feel like, and then I think that goes back to my mindset. You know what I mean? Like, where's my mind? And so I feel like it depends on the person's mindset because I feel like we can put a date and a time to it, but at the same time, depending on that person, I feel like it's gonna take more than a day and time. It's gonna take the vibe. Like everybody else has been saying, like the vibe. It's gonna depend on the vibe of the person. It's gonna depend on everything else. But I feel like it's your mindset. Where's your mind at, and where you at in life?
Definitely.
That's
That was
good.
good. That was real good.
So you scared of love? Is that the reason you're single?
Yeah, I feel like I'm scared of love. I tell people I got daddy issues. That'd be my cop out.
Wow, really?
But nah, for sure. Like I feel like I am. I feel like and it's funny. I used to tell people I'm trying. I used to tell people that. Now I tell people I used to be scared of love. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to speak that affirmation of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a better man now. But yeah, that was the time in my life I really was scared of love. I feel like now that I'm in a better place in life mentally, you know what I mean, spiritually, you know what I mean, physically, I feel like even financially, you know what I mean, I feel like I'm at a place to where like I can actually as well as I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I feel like it's great to say and it sounds good to say, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right. So this question is for the personal trainers. Does personal trainers sleep with their clients?
Oh, wait.
Me
Leroy?
personally,
Never.
me personally, I don't miss business with pleasure. And it's your time is money. Money is time. So I feel like sleeping with your clients is unacceptable. You shouldn't be sleeping with your clients because what's the point of training if you're gonna sleep with them? Now emotions involved now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you should. So no, I don't sleep with my clients.
No.
Okay, so say if a client walked in and it didn't, start off that way and then it turned into something, would you say, no, I don't want to talk to you because you're my client?
No, I automatically put up a shield. That's just me. I put up a shield between the relationship between me and the person because you could tell when a woman is trying to pursue you. They give you a certain look, a certain glance in their eye, they touch, they rubbing your shoulder like this. They do little things to make you like, oh, she want to talk to me. But I just keep professional at all times. So
Okay.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Anybody else a personal trainer?
Yeah, you know what? I 100% agree. I don't miss business with pleasure at all. For one, there's a code of ethics to what I do, and for two, I don't want to mess with my money. You know, I don't want
That's
to change the dynamics. It's not only unprofessional, but I risk the chance of messing with my income. You know what I mean? And you don't want that reputation as a trainer of a woman or guy just trying to get in, that women and stuff like that. For me, I really enjoy what I do because I enjoy helping people reach their goals. You know what I mean? I enjoy helping them get to where they want to get physically, and then hopefully I can do some things to help them grow mentally as well. So I would never do that, and I don't even take I don't even take it serious when some of my clients are hitting on me or suggesting we go somewhere else because of the dynamics of the relationship. It's not really me that they're interested in. It's the idea of me. You know, it's not really me because we're not intimate on that level. You know what I mean? It's a professional relationship. I'm here to help you train. I'm here to help you with your personal goals, and that's about as far as it's gonna go with me.
Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm muted some of the mics that's on here because they saying that his phone is still echoing. So I thought maybe if I muted it, it may help. Yeah. So the next question: what are your triggers in a relationship? Like, what are some of y'all triggers that triggers you when you are in a relationship?
Are you talking about like sexually or like anger? Like what? I mean,
like
trigger.
I'm assuming these questions was given to me, so I'm assuming like.
I'll just go. I'm gonna just tell you all mine.
Okay, go ahead then.
Triggers selfishness, bad attitudes, any type of hygiene issues, just mindset. Like, where you at mentally? What you thinking about? Are you thinking about this social media thing, or are you trying to put your finances together to go buy a house or make an investment? Like, where your mind at? Can we communicate on multiple levels? Can we laugh? Can you do something you might not want to do? Because I'm gonna do stuff that I don't want to do to date you if I like you. Are you gonna sit down and watch the game with me, or just let me watch the game without you even having to need attention? Like, some of those things are definitely triggers for me. And then just how you deal with your personal life outside of me. Like, do you have things going on? How are your relationships with your friends, with your family? All those things are things that I look at in terms of like red flags or triggers that probably mean other things are problematic to come.
Okay, that's good. Anybody else?
Bro, you done nailed everything, Reg.
Yeah, that man.
Do you think that there are good and bad triggers, or do you think we tend to just focus on like the bad triggers?
Well, I think when you say the word trigger, it automatically kind of incites a negative connotation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about good triggers, like, it'll probably be the opposite of everything I said. Like, do you just do things out the kindness of your heart? Like, are you thoughtful? Do you have a great personality? Can I laugh with you? Can I sit up and just chill and not be nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
Or when we go out, is it still the same type of chemistry? You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's a long list of those things. But I ain't want to take up all the time.
No, you can. We got time. But yeah, that's what I was getting at. You're right. Like, when you hear trigger, you automatically think of like those negative concepts. But I do think that, for male and females, like, there are positive triggers that we look for. Like, oh, that was something my dad used to do. Or, oh, he opened the door for me. That's something I look for. So I think, we unconsciously have those, subconsciously have those good triggers that we look forward to. So that's good. I like it.
Okay. What would it take for you to consider tying the knot? Getting married to her, getting on your knees and saying, I want you to be mine for the rest of my life.
Don't all speak at one, guy.
All right, I'm about to start calling y'all out.
I haven't done that yet, so I don't know exactly what it takes. So I kind of.
For me, I think it's more so like having that time you spend with the person, that time. If you, I think probably like 3 years, 2 years, 3 years for real.
Mm-hmm.
The first year is more like collecting data from your spouse. The second year is really getting things in order, like financially, saying goals and boundaries. By the time that third year hit, I think you should tie the knot for real. This is my
3
opinion.
years?
3 years? Oh, okay.
My opinion.
Okay, so I'm just about to throw this in there since you said that. How long should you be engaged?
Oof. Man, I'm feel like Reg. I never did it, so I don't know.
I feel like, and I ain't did it either, but I feel like a year engagement is completely okay. And if it need to be longer, it need to be longer.
It
Like,
did.
the sanctity of marriage and even your relationship, that's between y'all two. So whatever feel right for y'all two, that's what feel right. That's what y'all doing. That's for the success of what y'all got.
And I agree too. Where you at financially though? You know, y'all might be trying to work something out, try to do something, try to buy a house. It all depends.
Yeah, I also think that you know what I'm saying. You gotta factor in the fact that everybody's not at that same level. Some people are still working through stuff. So you might meet a person and everything might be like, oh, it's going good. And then later on down the line, you see, oh, this person's still dealing with this from their childhood. Come on, babe, like let's work on this. How can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Overcome some things. So that might take some time, because if you bring that over into marriage, then it might, cause divorce. So if you really love that person, care for that person, y'all might have to work through some things before you go into
I think like therapy is important for real. I think y'all should do couples therapy or counseling. You know, we all got little trauma for our past childhood traumas that we deal with that will come up in the relationship. So
I agree.
It take time, man. I don't think it's really no limit on when you should do that, because everything's processed. You know.
I agree.
Good answer, guys. Good answer.
That was good. That was good. All right, so I'm gonna start kind of skipping some of them. Okay, so this is a good one. How does a woman know when she has been friend zoned by a man she is interested in? What signs or actions should she look for if he doesn't come right out and tell her? So how do you know if you've been friend zoned by a person that you are interested in, and he just kind of like blow you off a little bit, but he don't want to tell you?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like communication is the number one thing. If the communication out there, you can't build anything. So that's the number one sign. If you're not talking to that person often, that's probably a sign that you've been friend zoned. So. Yeah.
What you say?
Hey guys. Apologies for my tardiness. When you've been friend zoned, the conversation that you have with the person that is interested in you, if it's like general, if the conversation is hi, like you asking about Mother's Day, if you're not talking about relationship type topics, that's when you've been friend zoned. It's the communication when you actually communicate with the person, and it's not going anywhere. That's.
I wish we had a few women on here, because I'm curious. Like, is that really a thing?
I feel like I want to know when I'm being friend zoned at this point.
No, I'm even in terms of the women asking the question. Like, I feel like it's like pretty clear. Like, guys are pretty intentional about what they're doing, and when it's not, when you thinking, am I friend zone to a guy? You probably in the friend zone. It's like guys are very like direct with what we want.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. Guys don't like talking on the phone. Most guys don't like talking on the phone.
I kind of like talking on the phone, but we're not about to be talking 5, 6, 7 hours.
You like talking on the phone with somebody you like talking on the phone with, but you don't want to talk on the phone with just my female friends. Like my female friends, like y'all get like, what's the problem? Here's the solution. Okay.
They're the homie.
Right. We ain't talking on the phone for a long time. So if y'all doing that, if you questioning it, you probably there.
Well, I would say me personally, I work nights. If I go out of my way to text you on my breaks or call you, that mean I like you. But if I don't, if I text you like the next morning, or like, hey, might as well hang it up.
You know what? And I gotta say this. I love your accent. Like, if I go on my way to call you, I just gotta throw that in there, bro. Y'all can go ahead.
That southern twang. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so what relationship advice would you give a woman right now that's single?
I'm gonna agree with what everybody else saying. I feel.
Huh?
What happened?
He cut out.
I think it's his connection.
Yeah, he delayed a little bit.
He real delayed. Y'all gotta get this internet together. All right. What relationship advice would you give to a woman that's single, looking for a nice guy, but she can't find one?
I think everybody should answer this one.
What that first? Who asked that question?
Uh-oh.
What? Just answer the question. It doesn't matter who asked it. Just answer.
First of all, there are a lot of nice guys out here.
Okay, and what's the advice? That's the question. The question is, guys, the question is, what's the advice that you would give them?
Here's my advice.
Here's the advice I would give.
Go ahead.
You ready? I would tell her. Can you guys hear me? I would tell her to. Listen, I don't know what that is, and I had an iPhone 12, and I'm on my phone, so I'm not sure why you guys can't hear me.
Y'all killing us.
I can't.
He got the new iPhone. What's the price?
I thought you work at 81, but
Wait, you trying to come back in here.
Somebody need to take a screenshot of that. That face is priceless.
We got two Codys.
Right.
Y'all are silly.
Okay. Y'all is funny tonight. Okay. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I got a hotspot for you, Cody.
Okay, well, somebody else go ahead. While Cody trying to get it together, somebody else go ahead and take the flow.
No, I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'll sit right here. Just let nobody talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the advice I would give her, man, is to get involved with herself and get fix whatever it is that's wrong with her, that she's not attracting the right man. Because it ain't that you can't find the right man. You know what I mean? You are what you attract. That's what I would tell her. You know, it probably has more to do with, if she's a friend of mine or, you know, a relative of mine, I'll say, girl, it has more to do with you than it does with men out there.
Yeah,
there's way too many men out there, and any woman can get a man. It's just a matter of what kind of man she's looking for. You got to be that you wish to attract. You got to be that you wish to attract. You know, women are so closed off. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, I look at these women as, you know, get out of that relationship with yourself and get more involved with fixing yourself. You'll find the right man. You know what I mean? When women feel so unseen these days that they don't even see a man to see them. You know, and what I mean by that is, you know, you feel so unseen that you don't even recognize when the right man is standing in front of you. Women feel so unseen that they got to get on Facebook and Instagram all day and be looking at themselves while they facing in the car. You know, you know, I look at my timeline and I see 15 women doing that. Just, what they don't realize is that, yeah, you might like to look at, but nobody likes looking at you as much as you do. You know?
Yeah.
So fix that, and you'll attract the right man.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can piggyback off of that. I was just gonna say, just do the work, and that's basically what Cody was saying. Is just like if you focus in on making yourself the best you, you're gonna end up on the right side of right more times than not, and the right man is gonna be around. And he's gonna see that, and even if it's going as far as taking a look at all your past relationships and seeing like. That's the one thing I always had conversations with women about, and it's like, yeah, you might have been in a bad relationship and you were done wrong, but what in that relationship did you help to facilitate that wrongdoing?
Mm-hmm.
Once you can point the finger and figure out where you might have made some errors at, and fix those things, you're gonna just make yourself that much better. You're gonna put yourself in that right spot. The right man is gonna find you.
That's it.
Ladies, you hear that? The right man is going to find you. The right man is looking for you.
And another thing too, I think most times we gotta love ourselves before we love somebody else. we tend to try to put our love into somebody else. And in reality, how can you love that person if you don't love yourself? So if you don't respect yourself as a person, really honor yourself, then how can you respect and honor a guy or a man? You know?
Absolutely. That's good. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, and if I can go, if I can piggyback off you, bro, like when you do that work, you know, like that helps build confidence, and confidence is attractive. Like men see that confidence, and they're like, okay, you know, she nice, she got got things going on, she's confident. Like I can buy with her, you know, I can build with her. So that's one of the things that men are going to look at, your confidence. If you have low self-esteem, you did stuff in the past, that's going to show, you know. And 9 times out of 10, men are not a lot. I mean, you do have some men that will deal with that and want to help and want to build you up. But men that got their stuff together and they looking for somebody to fly with, they ain't got time to try to, fix this and fix that. Like you got to do that work yourself. But one of the things I wanted to say, is that a lot of times women have good men around them. Is that the main thing is that they don't take the time out to learn an individual. So what I mean by that is like, okay, be friends with a person, build friendships, build genuine friendships, because 9 times out of 10, you can grow with the individual, and y'all might be like, we be at this point, but have friends. It's okay to have guy friends that you're not intimate with, none of that, and if it's going to grow, it'll be organic. And I feel like those are the best type of relationships, the ones that's organic. Y'all go together and make something happen. So, yeah.
Good.
Can I piggyback to what you were saying, bro, about making sure that you're happy and whatnot. Also, what we could analyze is that you are a representation of what your man is. And you both represent each other. So the advice that I would give ladies is make sure that you would be the best representation of your dude. Because, and I always use this example, you have to be in that much of great condition to where I can take you to the company picnic and you know how to work the room or work the field or whatever, and people can be like, dang, Eric's woman is like really well spoken and she's nice and she knows a little bit about this and that. Like you ladies, you gotta understand, like you represent your man, and then we go hold you down regardless because we're just A1 men. So that's the advice I would say to take a look at Wells, that make sure that you're the best representation of your mate.
Okay.
So to make that practical, if I'm a businessman and I'm a preacher, I don't need you doing the busted challenge on Facebook.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
In so many words.
Okay. All right.
What I would say is like, if you had these standards, make sure you uphold those yourself before you put them on someone else. If you want your man to have this and then everything, make sure you have it yourself, or be working towards it at least. Show us a plan. You got to have a plan too, just like a man has to have a plan. Because when you waver in your standards and stuff, because we got so many that has all these standards, but they always pick the complete opposite. So know what you want.
And best believe I'm not gonna pick you. I'm just gonna look at you like, oh, okay, homegirl, her standards a little too steep for me. And she ain't got it together.
All right.
Next question. What makes you feel needed or wanted?
Hey, listen, if women get that one right, if women get that one right, there'd be a lot more lasting relationships out here, man. And they wouldn't struggle so much with men. Women blow that, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's the 3 C's, and here they are, women. For all the women out there listening, the 3 C's women love to do, and men can't stand. We can't handle, and it's our masculine side. It's that masculine energy and that feminine energy. So here's the 3 C's: criticism, we don't like criticism. We don't want to be criticized all the time. And there's a way to criticize too. There's constructive criticism, and there's a way to get what you want. But if you women are going to be honest with yourself, you're criticizing a lot, particularly because it's your man, and it's not coming from a bad place. It's more your nature. I'll give you an example. You know, it could be the silliest thing, like you go wear that shirt again, you know, or you always wear that shirt, and it's not, hey, babe, I like you in blue, I like you in red, I like you in, you know, criticism. The other C is going to be controlling. We don't want to be controlled, man. You know, we don't want to be controlled. And to take it even a step further, if you are able to control us, you're not going to want the relationship because you're not going to respect us now. Because now you know you can manipulate us to control us. So you're not going to want that, right? And then the you know the last C is when you're closed. When when a woman is closed off to so many things, love, or she got these high standards, or she put these expectations on you. You got to hit this certain box. We are already closed. As our masculine energy is already closed off. We're men. We're closed. The reason we have a woman is because we want to be more open. Because you should be our openness. Right? So when you get to closing off and you're closed, we out the door, man. It's the three C's. And they on in this conversation. Hopefully, I can share the three U's for the gentlemen. You know, it's three U's that women have to have, and that's why relationships don't work. Okay, that's the women part. If I was to go into the three U's, and I don't have to go too deep, but I'll tell you that women don't want to feel unseen. They don't want to feel uh, not understood. You know, they want to feel understood, and then they don't want to feel unsafe. And we mess that up. You know, if I'm gonna give you the other side of it, we mess that up as men because we don't understand, and it's simply because we don't speak the same language. You know, we don't speak the same language, and that's a whole nother panel discussion. We speak two different languages. You know, you women don't exactly say what they mean. We do. You know, we mean exactly what we say. Women may say, "Listen, babe, are you hungry?" We say no, but what she really meant was, "Hey, babe, I'm hungry. Let's get something to eat." You know, we don't speak the same language, and then she don't want to feel unsafe. And unsafe don't mean you in danger. Although, although the primary threat to a woman, the most unsafe thing to a woman is a man. And that's on this planet. That's just the way it is. It don't matter if she the same size as me, the same weight as me. I'm more dominant. I'm gonna be stronger than her. And at the end of the day, we was she would be unsafe if I wanted to cause her harm. So women want to feel safe. They want to feel understood, and they want to feel seen. And that's why we have so many relationships out here today. Women feel unseen. They feel unseen to a point that they got to be on Facebook or Instagram looking at themselves or posting pictures of themselves to get fake likes instead of real love. You know, and then they feel misunderstood simply because we don't speak the same language, and that's because men are not in touch with their feminine. And I'm not saying I'm an alpha male, so I'm not talking about being gay or anything like that. I'm talking about there's a feminine energy that we have to be in touch with, men to be able to communicate with our women. They just speak different language. You know, for example, if a woman says to us, "Go get some tomato sauce," we going in the store and we grabbing tomato sauce. But what she meant was go to Trader Joe's and get the Hunt's tomato sauce with the Parmesan cheese and the mushrooms. Well, we hunters. We don't do that. You know, women say, "Listen, we got a problem." What they mean is that we're not connecting, right? To me, men, we say, "Listen, how do we fix that problem?" Because our job is to squash that problem, get rid of it as soon as we can, move on. Women don't want to do that. Even in the case that we want to fix that problem, they go, "You just can't fix the problem. You know, you just can't fix the problem." You know, well, that's what we want to do because we're men. It goes way back to our ancient history of being hunters and gatherers. You know, little things like being able to talk and communicate. Women don't understand that we don't talk. We don't want to talk because we couldn't talk. When we were out there hunting, we had to be real quiet, right? We couldn't talk. We couldn't make a lot of noise. While you guys were out gathering, you guys were, looking, talking at the kids, talking about where the best berries was, and making sure that you guys were making a lot of noise so the animals and stuff stay away from you. So we just exact opposite. So women, make a long story short, I know I said a lot. If women could get the three C's right, if they can get the three C's right, criticism, controlling, right, and what was the last C I said? Criticism, controlling, and being closed off. Yeah, being closed off. If they can get those three right, man, they won't have so much trouble with their man even trying to cheat or their man being interested in other women. You know, what they don't get is the side chick don't really criticize as much. The side chick ain't really as closed off as much. You know what I mean? The side chick ain't really trying to control me. And that's what women lose it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I had to write that down. I had to write a lot of that down. So I got just two things I want to say. So the things that make me feel wanted or accepted is like if you affirm me, if you speaking life into me, if you telling me things that you see that I'm doing well. I think usually us as men, like we want to do, we want to do more of what we feel like we're good at. So if you're telling me, hey, I feel like you're really good at this, okay, well I'm 10 times harder to do that and to become better at it because my woman. And then the second thing is allowing me to lead. It can be just the smallest things. If you allow me to lead as a man, that communicates to me that hey, you're secure and that you trust me. It's not saying that I'm gonna get it right all the time, and it's not saying that I need to walk with you and your opinion don't matter because it does. But at the same time, you have to allow me to lead and then be able to correct me and love me. It's like, hey, babe, like I feel like we should be doing this because this didn't quite work out, or I see this coming. We possibly switch it up, and then you got as a man, you got to be open enough to accept that criticism. So, yeah, that's the two things: affirming me and then allowing me to lead. That makes me feel safe.
Yeah, no, I'll touch on that real quick. When he said affirming us, we want to feel like your hero. We want to feel like your hero. That's what we want to do. It goes back to, like I said, when we were hunters and gatherers. We were your hero. We go out and hunt the food and bring it back home, and we felt real good. We don't want to feel like we're less than. And you don't want us to feel that way, but you don't know that you're doing that to us. And when you do that, it becomes a competition. Now I want to show you I'm this, and you're not so much of that. And now we're competing with each other instead of competing together to build this relationship.
Yeah.
So you affirm your man, make your man feel like your hero, as you should.
Yeah. So we got to move on. Because we've been on this question for a minute. Okay. So the next question: can a booty call turn into a real relationship?
I ain't never experienced that.
Yes, absolutely.
Reggie, I got a question for you. Would you marry her? Could it turn into a marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
And I'll expound on that. Reason being is what we've been talking about a few different times is it will also depend on what you are classifying as a booty call. But for me, like I mentioned earlier, the older you get, you do things differently. So even if it's a booty call, it's still going to be a certain caliber that I'm dealing with, even at this level. I'll be 35 this year. It ain't going to be just because I cannot do nothing and be okay. So even if it's a booty call at this age, at this position in my life, it's somebody of quality and has some things going on. Otherwise, you're not even like how are we even communicating? So to me, when I think of a booty call at this age, at this stage of my life, it's just I'm not in a position to where I'm entertaining a real relationship right now. Don't mean you're not relationship quality. So it can turn into something like that because for whatever reason, we started to spend a little bit more time together. Like I know some things about you because I'm not doing nothing if I don't know a little bit about you, your history, what you do on a regular. That ain't happening no more. I'm not 25. At this age, I know enough things about you to where you even in my circle, you even in my presence. There's a lot of very quality women out here who booty calling it up for real. I can tell you that in my past life, personally. So what I'm saying is, yes, it can happen because it's about like how are you carrying yourself in your day-to-day life holistically.
No, you know what I'm gonna do, Reggie?
I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all faces. I can't. And they is going in these comments.
I'm going to
I cannot. This is so funny. This is so good.
I'm going to agree with Reggie. There's some quality women doing booty calls, and it probably can turn into a relationship. However, I'm in the point where I don't even want the booty call. If we're not serious, if we're not trying to progress, I can do without the sex, man. I can be all right without the booty call. I'm at the point in my life, I'm looking for more than a booty call. I can get a booty call. That's easy. And I'm looking for something deeper than that.
Like somebody, Lord, your face, fix your face, buddy. Fix your face.
Okay, I get it. I just can't. Okay. I'm thinking long term. So, booty call turns into a relationship. Possibly at that point, if we're in a relationship, I'm thinking about marriage. I just can't see myself telling my grandkids, me and your grandmother, we used to have booty calls back then, and that's how we got here today.
Don't tell us.
That's called a love story. That's called a love story, bro.
He said that's called a love story.
It's called a love story.
Wow. Wow.
It all ain't start with a date and some flowers. Like I know some very long-term relationships now that didn't start ideal or politically speaking.
Okay.
And they well in love. You see them, you think they got the tip, like no.
Okay. I can respect that. I ain't got nothing but respect for that.
So would y'all would y'all tell a woman go ahead and be a booty call and then maybe he a wife?
Listen, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you gotta understand where you at in your life. Like you can have a woman who's a career-driven woman. She been through some bad relationships, so now she's saying what we saying. Like, you know what? I need to get myself together. I'm not entertaining nothing serious right now, but she might have other needs. She might bump into somebody at wherever they bump. It could be the grocery store, the library, the bar after work, and it just happens. So now they have that type of relationship. It don't mean
Hey,
I don't know what that is.
wait, hold on. Everybody mute their phone. Okay, unmute yourself, Reggie.
Yeah, I was saying it don't mean that she like wild or loose or what I'm saying. It just means that she at a point in her life where she just not entertaining a serious relationship. We done all been there, you know what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, y'all connected. Y'all understand the nature of the relationship, and it don't even have to be sex. It could be like, okay, we just talking. You know what I'm saying? But for the purposes of the question, this is a booty call. It don't mean that's not a quality woman that you would in any other circumstances. And initially, I didn't understand it to that degree until I met a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? These are friends and others. Like it happens. These are the women that later on you be like, oh, you might not have known that they had this period of time in their life, but yeah, they done had it. If we done did it, they done probably did.
Hey, we talked about this in the Battle of the Sexes. If you lay down with somebody, man, somebody getting up with some feelings. When you lay down with somebody getting up with some feelings. The booty call just ain't it's just not like it was used to be, I guess. You know what I mean? Because somebody getting up with some feelings, man, and it might be you. You know what I mean? And feelings ain't nothing to play with, man. On either end. Eventually, the booty calls are going sour. They're going north, man. It's just not working. Very few booty calls are actually going to end up in the marriage situation. Because they started out as booty calls. And just the dynamics of being a booty call, somebody catches feelings, one person probably not. The other person like it's still a booty call. The other person like I want something serious. Then it just changes. Or then maybe you can't make that booty call no more. Now you hurt.
Okay, speaking of booty calls, what about this question? Can a side chick turn into the main chick?
Oh,
Yes.
That's an easy yes.
That's easy, hands down, yes.
You've seen that a million times. We still talk about that?
More than likely.
More than likely?
More than likely. Yeah. Listen, we wouldn't have a side chick if she wasn't feeling some other needs and wasn't getting mad at the house. You know, she more than likely about to replace you.
Especially if she a long term. Especially if she a long term. If she was there, if she been there for a while, she been there a while for a reason.
She probably not giving me the 3 C's.
We know.
Doing them 3 C's.
You with
Hey,
these 3 C's, boy.
they gonna be talking about you forever, like the biscuits you was talking about. They gonna say, "Yep, he talking about them 3 C's."
Let's talk about it.
Hey, women, you can learn a lot from a dummy. For real. I'm trying to give you some knowledge over here, man. Them 3 C's. Stop criticizing, stop controlling, stop being closed.
Okay.
Preach.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. How much is too much to share with the people you're getting to know? So how much should you share when you get to know a guy? Like basically like your life story, your past, your traumas, stuff like that. Should you share that right away?
Is there another part to this question? Like, how much did you share in the beginning, or how much did you share
in the beginning. Like, so when you first meet the guy, how much should you share about your life?
I need to know everything.
Huh?
I agree.
I can't. What?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I heard somebody else talk.
Oh, I need to know everything.
Oh, everything.
Well, let's not waste any more time. I need to know if you crazy. I need to know how many tires you just slashed in your lifetime. I need to know, I need to know, because that's going to cut out all of the surprises that may come into our situation later on. And time is very valuable, and I don't have time to waste. So let me know.
This feel like one of those weird instances where you got a person who, like, on first date just word vomiting their whole life. Like, that's what it feels like. Guys want to know everything about you, because if we serious about you, we want to know what we getting involved with. It don't mean first date, second date, you telling me about, everything. Like, let it flow naturally. Are we talking about this topic and it come up? Cool. Or we, 1 or 2 questions here and there. Don't just 121 question me, date 2, you know what I'm saying? Let it flow naturally. But yeah, there's no limit. We want to know everything.
Okay.
We can't hear you, Cody.
I said I'm with Reggie again. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I'm with Reggie again. We want to know, but we don't want to know everything right away, man. You don't want to scare us off, right? And we want it to happen organically. We want an organic relationship. There's 2 types of relationships, as we know, as far as men and women who are trying to figure things out. You have a friendship and an intimate relationship, right? And what's the difference between the 2? Intimacy, right? And what's intimacy? Because most people say, "Oh, sex." Well, no, that's not really intimacy. That's one very, very small. Matter of fact, that's probably the most minute part of intimacy. Intimacy is being able to share my thoughts, my feelings, and my emotions, and being safe with you while I'm doing that. And you doing the same thing with me, and being safe and non-drugs, and feel like you're comfortable enough for me to be able to share your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And then we can get deep into your traumas and your insecurities and my insecurities and my traumas, and that's being honest. If you're in an intimate relationship, the first thing you got to be is honest, right? I want to know your fears. I want to know your insecurities. I want to know, I want to know everything, like Reggie says. But I want to be intimate while we're doing that. I want an intimate relationship. So that means more than just me and you out at dinner over the first 2 days. We can't be intimate over the first couple of days, because I'm not gonna have that kind of trust in you. I'm not gonna be open enough to tell you all my insecurities, fears, and resentments, and anger, and doubts, and blames. And I'm not, you know what I mean? We just, and especially men, we're not gonna do that, man. Because again, we don't talk like that. We don't speak the same language. Women are, you got a left brain and a right brain, and women's are tied together, and ours are not. We compartmentalize. We compartmentalize. We don't do that. Women look at women and go, girl, ooh, you looking good. Look at your hair. Look at your nails. Ooh, how's that going on? We don't do that. We don't look at each other and go, dude, them jeans look good on your ass, man. What's going on? You know, we don't do that. That's for women. Now, we do that with our woman when we get intimate enough to be able to do that. Well, hey babe, you know, I'm feeling a little insecure about this. I'm feeling a little insecure about that. Now, to get a woman some credit, we mess up because we don't do that. Our masculine don't let us do that. We don't want to break down and say, hey, Ray, I'm afraid. That sounds like a little punk bitch. We don't want to do that, right? But the truth is, we got fears. That's the truth. We got fears. We got insecurities. That's the truth. You know what I mean? But it's gonna take you to get to that, baby. You got to get to that because we just ain't accustomed to doing that. You know, we're afraid. The truth is, and I'm gonna end here. The truth is, we're afraid you might not respect that. I can't look like a bitch to her and tell her how I really feel. You know.
Okay, that's good.
Ladies, here go y'all husband right here, Cody. There go y'all husband right there.
Y'all bring them biscuits.
Come on, I need with the Proverbs 31 women that chime in. I want to see some ones in the chat.
Hey,
crazy. So, I got something I want to say on this topic. Because I think I'm just trying to discern this question, right? I'm trying to discern it because, okay, you can go out on a date. I'm just gonna give you some practical things that could possibly help y'all. All right, ladies. So look, you can go out on a date and you can share, you know, the surface level stuff. But what I've noticed is that people are more prompt to open up and to share when they see that you are open. You know, so say you might share something about your past. Hey, you know, I didn't grow up with my dad in the house. You know, kind of set that foundation. Kind of that can be like the intro into talking about this subject. If you see that they're not biting on that, pull it back. You don't have to share it right now. They might not, you know, feel comfortable with sharing that. They might not know how to talk about it at the moment. But if you see someone's not really warming up to the subject, pull back on it and go back to, you know, the surface level stuff. But I would say build there. And then as you go on dates, you know, things will open up. Just like Cody said, things will open up. You will begin to talk about those things, but don't try to force it all in one or two dates. This is not going to happen. Because one, you'll come off as desperate and crazy. And you don't want to come off that way. Because if you do, the man is going to automatically be turned off. And he's not really going to want to communicate with you because he don't really know what angle you're coming from. So, yeah, don't come off as desperate. And, you know, have those surface level discussions. Throw things up. Or pull it back if you see that they're not biting on it. Like, don't try to force anything. So, yeah,
okay, so I kind of wanted to go back to this because y'all didn't answer this question. What makes you feel wanted or needed? Like, what makes men feel wanted and needed? Like,
confirmation.
He kind of spoke about it, but what I'm saying, he spoke about all the things that we don't do. I'm talking about what can help a woman with her and her situation. Say she's in a relationship with a guy and she really don't know, and he's not really being verbal and he's not really communicating certain things. So what makes men feel wanted?
I think figure out the love language. Figure out man love language. Figure out what
I can't hear you.
You hear me?
A little bit.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
I said figure out his love language.
Okay.
Trying to figure out, ask questions about him, play games, trying to get to know him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Cause I hear that love language answer so much, especially for women. They just be like, for one, most people's love language is not just one thing. You know, it move around, and most times it's a multitude of things. I would say what we've been saying is basically take the time to understand who that person is, and to make it simple, like most men, we want a partner. Like we out here in the world, we taking on a lot, and it's a lot of pressure on us on a daily basis for a multitude of reasons, especially for us that's on the panel right now, being African American. It's just a lot to deal with, period. Be that man partner. What that might mean to that man might vary. You know what I'm saying? Like understanding what his goals are and being that piece that's going to help him get there. Because, like Cody said, and I forgot somebody else said it earlier, we are going to pour into you just as much as you pour into us. That's going to make us feel loved. Like when I know my girl got my back and she handling something for me that, you know, I can get to right now because either I'm focused on other things or I just don't have the skill set, and she's good in that area. Well, this is where you shine. I know you love me because this is what you're doing. Or those positive words of affirmation, or making him feel like he's the leader, like, or making him feel like he can go accomplish this at work or go accomplish this business idea that he got going on. What are you doing to help him get that across the finish line? For me, it's simple. Just be my partner. Whatever that means, it might vary based on project, based on time, but the communication is going to allow you to figure that out.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, need me like you need your girlfriend, man. Like you call your girl, let me talk to you about this. Need me that same way. Hey, girl, let me ask you this. Need me that same way. Hey, girl, what you think about this? Need me that same way. You know, call me up. Hey, babe, listen, I was thinking about this. Let me run it by you. You know, hey, babe, before I did this, I want to know how you think about this. Is this a good idea? Is this not a good idea? Hey, babe, let me tell you about working this situation or whatever. Same thing you do with your girlfriends. You know how you do with your girlfriends, ladies out there. You call her, hey, girl, he tripping. Let me ask you about this. Hey, girl, what about this? And hey, girl, we don't want you to bug us to that extent. Some of that stuff you leave for your girlfriend, but we want to be felt needed that same way. Matter of fact, we want to be felt needed above your girlfriend. You know, we don't want your girlfriend knowing things we don't know. You know, we don't want you going to your girl. We don't want you going to your girlfriend first. You know, she already knew. She already knew before you talk to me. You know what you mean? You called your girlfriend first. You know?
Just to slip this in there.
You and your girlfriend on Facebook giving you congratulations for something I don't even know about.
To slip this in there, and if you don't know, don't act like you know. This might just be me, but don't act like you know if you don't know. If you want to help, just help me find a person who knows. Don't go in there trying to give me the rundown on something you don't know nothing about. It's okay to not know. Just show the effort in trying to help us figure this out. That's a trigger of mine I didn't mention earlier. I should have mentioned that.
Let me hit one more thing to help the women out, man. Because a lot of women have heard this. And I've said it, and I've been guilty of saying this to my daughters, right? You don't need no man. You don't need no man. Now, I know the women out there listening. You don't need no man. You've all heard this. But the truth is, why am I here? If you don't need a man, why am I here? What am I doing? You know, so just like a man need a woman, because a man does need a woman. You'll never hear, hey man, you don't need no woman. But it's always, hey girl, you don't need no man. But the truth of the matter is you do. You do. There's just certain things that you need a man for. Whether it's fixing that toilet or whatever. I hear the women already out there in Facebook land. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, well, can you lift that 200 pounds over there and get that out your way? No. You know, can you protect yourself from another man? No. No.
Okay, so that takes
your leg shake the way I do. No.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm just playing.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, so that goes into this question that we got from the singles group.
And the ladies want to hear from Leroy. They want to hear from the other guys a little bit more. For y'all coming in and speaking, they want to hear from some of y'all too. Leroy, Greg, Torrance, they're calling y'all out.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we want to hear your answer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to tap out for a second.
All right, now they calling y'all out in the group chat. They want to hear from y'all. I'm sorry, see, I just had to add that in because they going.
You good. Can y'all mute for a minute, please? Okay, so this is another question from the singles group. How do you feel about a woman with manly tendencies and that's too independent? So maybe, I guess, masculine energy, kind of aggressive, independent,
Listen, I don't want
Reggie.
to.
Let me just say one thing. Being independent is not masculine energy. That's all I want to say. That's not masculine energy. Be independent. I want you to be independent. And then I'll let somebody else respond to everything else.
Okay.
But don't get that confused, ladies. When we say masculine energy, that don't mean you independent. Don't no man wants you to be just another expense or a child. We don't want that.
Or depending on me.
I want to comment on this though.
Who talking?
Greg?
We can't hear you if you talking.
My bad, bro. Bro was talking. My bad. My bad. Bro started talking. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. Go ahead and finish.
Go ahead, Greg. We got to hear from you, brother.
For sure. Nah, so I feel like when I hear masculine energy, I think of alpha woman, alpha female. And I like a woman that's a boss, but I want a woman I want my woman to be feminine. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like two alphas can't live in the same house. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like God made us different for a reason. You know what I mean? I'm a man, you a woman. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like God made the man. I mean, and again, it's subjective, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people out here, you know what I'm saying? For me, in my house, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the leader of my house, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of women look at submissiveness as slavery, and it's not, you know what I mean? And so I feel like it's really learning that, alpha women are cool, or masculine women, or however you want to call it, that they're cool, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like at the end of the day, you still want somebody to, like, put you in your place. So whatever that place is, you're going to want somebody to put you in your place. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like two alphas can't stay in the same house.
Greg, you took the words right out of my mouth. I agree 100%. And in my past, I've had an issue where it was two alphas in the house, and although she wanted me to take the lead on certain things, it never manifested, and we always clashed. Women, ladies, we're not saying don't be independent. To Reggie's point, we're not saying be another dependent. We're saying that, hey, you can be independent. You can express that, but at the same time, just know when to let the man take the lead. Because if you're, ladies, I hope I'm speaking, positive energy into your lives, but I'm pretty sure you ladies are going to pick dope men to be with. So, with that being said, if you're dealing with a dope individual, he's not going to steer you in the wrong direction. I can almost guarantee you that. If you got a good one on your hand, he's not going to steer you in the wrong direction. So let the guy take the lead, because men, we're natural born providers. At least most of the real men. We want to take the lead, but at the same time, and this kind of piggyback on the how do I know if I'm loved and needed? Consult with us. Let us know, like, hey babe, I had an idea about putting up Pawabic tile in the garage or something like that. Like, we want to feel needed and loved in those regards. And that gives us a sense of confidence to say that, okay, I guess I am running the show, and I'm the head of this household. So ladies, know when to take the seat, to take the back seat, but also be equipped enough to know when to take the lead if you have to take the lead.
What I would say is, I have a love-hate relationship with that term. I need somebody to put me in my place, because the thing is, I feel like that takes away the accountability of having emotional control. I feel like a lot of people lack emotional control, and if you just let everything just get you out of whack, and you always have to talk, have this just a loud mouth, you don't need to be with nobody no way. That's something you need to work on.
Okay.
Let me jump in. Masculine
I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, better.
Okay. Masculine and feminine energy is gender neutral. First of all, it's gender neutral. It doesn't mean being a man or being a woman. There's masculine energy and feminine energy, and you could be in a non-heterosexual relationship, a gay relationship, and somebody's going to be in the feminine and the masculine energy. That's 2 men, 2 women, or whatever. That's 2 different things from being a man and a woman. What's important is that you understand what those 2 things are. I'm going to be the man. You know, I'm okay with you being as independent as you want to be. What I'm not going to do is let you emasculate me. You know what I mean? You're not going to treat me like a little bitch in layman's terms. You know what I mean? When it comes to making the primary decisions, things like that, we're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. I'm not going to be overruled because the man should be the head, man. The man should be the head. You know, that's the way I was raised. That's the way it was taught in the book. That's the way it's taught in the churches. You know, regardless of your religious beliefs, I believe all religions speak to those terms. You know, the man is to be the head, not the tail. You know, but that has very little to do with masculine and feminine energy. It's a long. I can go way deep into that. Do that on your own. Learn what those are. It will help you be able to communicate in those relationships. I know women who are strong-minded, real strong-minded. You know what I mean? And if we're butting heads all the time, baby, you might need to check your masculine energy. You know what I mean? And understand that you out of whack. You out of whack. You're not balanced. You know, there needs to be a balance. Hey, and same thing for us men. You know, hey, your woman come to you and say, listen, we're not doing that. I'm not comfortable doing that. You know, you don't want to put her in a situation where I'm the man and damn it, we're doing that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to step back and get into her feminine energy and say, you know what, baby, you probably right. And 9 times out of 10, from my experience, and you know, I got plenty of experience. I'm probably one of the oldest on this panel, if not the oldest. She probably is right, fellas. You know what I mean? Because that's why we want a good woman, because she gonna lead us in the right direction, man. We make some badass decisions based on what we think is right. But the good woman gonna make sure we don't do that. You know what I mean? She gonna take care of the things that we might neglect. That's what I mean by getting into that feminine energy, fellas. You know, that's the difference. I'm into that feminine energy. She gonna make sure the house is right. You know, because we don't really want to worry about that shit. We too busy out there hunting. We ain't got time to be gathering berries and making sure everything is in line at the back of the house, the kids and shit. That just ain't our nature. That's not our nature. We ain't got time for that shit. We gonna let her pay to make sure the bills are paid. We gonna make sure the money's there, because that's our job, to hunt and go get it. But baby, you wrote that check, right? You know what I mean? And then the same note, if you know, when you get older, like I am, I need that accountability, man. I might go out and buy some reckless ass shit, come home with the motorcycle one day and knowing damn well I don't even know how to ride a motorcycle. You know what I mean? She like, what you doing? You better take that back. She probably right. You know? And I get real man on her ass, right? No, I'm keeping the damn motorcycle. And I go out here and break my neck.
Yeah.
Masculine and feminine energy is 2 different things. But the woman needs to know also, listen, if I say, baby, listen, we go do this, and I'm leading, and this is what I want, sometimes you got to cater to your man. You need to be able to cater to your man and not cater to other people. You know, women have a tendency to want to even, like, you know, women dress for other women. Dress for me. I don't give a damn about what nobody else thinks about you out there. You know what I mean? Dress for me. You know, keep up with the Joneses. I mean, we ain't got to keep up with the Joneses. We in here. This is our world. We gonna isolate everything out there. You know, we don't care about what the Jones is doing or the people on Facebook and Instagram. We got our own thing going over here. We're a team. We trying to come up.
Okay. That's good. Now, I don't know if y'all heard of that guy. What is it? Kevin Samuels? Have y'all seen that video? Okay, so tell me. So do y'all agree with him telling that lady she's average at best? Yes. So you believe in levels. You believe that you should date on your level. So if you're not attractive, you shouldn't be wanting a guy that's like a 10, I guess. So if you a 5 and you make $50,000 a year.
I think what he was saying is not that you shouldn't want that or aspire or even try. I think what he was saying is realizing where you at will allow you to humble yourself to know where you're going wrong and what's realistic for you. I think that's what people was missing. Yeah, he got a certain approach that might not be all peaches and cream for everybody, but the idea is just simply to say that what you want, we all want to be everything and want everything in life, but are we gonna all get there? Maybe not. And the reasons why is, hey, maybe I need to work on XYZ in order to put myself in the right space to get that. And then also that humility, that process of humility would allow you to see what surrounds you. And maybe this is what you need and this is what you want, and this is what worked for you. You don't need to have that guy out there because he out your league because he in this space where all these women who got these things and look this way and willing to do this, they're willing to do that, and you're not willing to do that. I think that's the idea. His approach might not be what everybody need or want to have, but it's what people need to understand.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I agree because I told one of my friends I agree with it. You know, his approach is kind of harsh, but it makes sense. Nobody.
Yeah, well, I'll jump in because the other fellas on. I'm trying to get the other fellas.
I didn't see the video.
Oh, you ain't see the video? Okay.
I know I be giving it up over here, man, but I'm trying to get the fellas another chance to get in there. But I will tell you this: you gotta. I'm a firm believer in you attract that which you are. You know what I mean? And then you have people. I'm gonna say men and women who, have standards way above that they are. You know what I mean? And I don't mean just physically. I mean mentally, emotionally, financially. Like, how are your standards way up here when you ain't got it going on? You know what I mean? You want a man that got it going on, but you ain't got it going on. It don't add up. Vice versa. You want a woman that got it going on, but you ain't got it going on. It just don't add up. You can come up together. You don't have to be at the same level, but there has to be some sort of commonalities. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll make a little bit more money than you, but you in a good position where you can take care of your own things on your own as well. Now we can come together and do bigger things, but don't expect me to pick you up and vice versa. I don't want you to pick me up either. I'm not. I was just telling a buddy of mine the other day, talking about moving in with this chick. I said, man, I'm not moving in with this woman. I'm not moving in with her. We can get a place together. You know what I mean? We're not doing that just for the simple fact that I don't want that dynamic, And
Okay.
on the opposite end, it's probably not the same, because I'm the man. It's okay if I want to bring you in and move you in with me, because that's that masculine energy that I'm talking about. You are the woman, and I'm supposed to be the provider, and I'm supposed to be able to provide the shelter, the food, and everything else, right? Going back to masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. So we got 3 more questions that I'm gonna ask, and then we'll open it up for a minute for Q&A, and then we'll end it. Okay, so do you believe in the right person at the wrong time?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that you can. I experienced this. I was actually in a relationship that was just not right for me when I experienced this. Like, of course, I was still like cool with women and different things, but I started to come across women, and I'm like, man, like that could really be something, or it could really grow into something. But I wasn't in. It wasn't even just about the relationship that I was in. It was the space that I was in. I wasn't ready for that, or I didn't mature to the level that I needed to be at in order for me to continue to flow with this woman. So I knew even if I did get into a relationship with her, like it wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have been right. So it goes back to doing that work on yourself. So yeah, I definitely believe you can meet the person. And I believe that God will allow you to meet some people, for you to be like, hey, nah, this is what you've been asking for and you ain't ready for it. So I need you to do the work so you can get to where you need to be. So yeah, I definitely believe that.
That's good. That's good.
I can say I've been like in the same situation, just reflecting back off of you. She was like, hey, you either do this or that. And it was actually, I don't usually like ultimatums, but it was like, hey, you either gonna go out there and keep doing what you're doing, or you gonna stay here. And I chose out there. And I can say, dang, that was a thing. Like, I regret because I could have been a lot further with that person. They understood where I was, and we could have developed a lot together. So yeah, it was definitely the wrong time for me.
Okay. All right. So, how do you know when you're in love?
Oh, this is that big question that went crazy on the group not so long ago.
Mhm.
So me personally, I said is when you can't imagine yourself with another individual. Because like us as men, we can continue to have our eye out, like even though we're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? We can continue to meet people and have our eye out, like, oh, okay, that, what I'm saying? If I was available, that could be something, that could happen. But when you get to a point where you're not even thinking about that, like you're focused on the individual that you're with, I believe that's a indicator that, hey, like you're in love, and I think that's a good space to be in. But you have to be able to tone all the noise down and be able to focus on the individual. And when you do that and you're not thinking about other women or attracted to other women, then you're good. You're in love. And I think that you can move on and take those next steps.
I think they're gonna grow. You going from head over heels. Like you doing things that you out of your norm. You know what I'm saying? To make her happy. You're going out your way. Want to make sure she good in any aspect of her life. You know what I'm saying? Sending her text messages. You know what I'm saying? Text her good morning. Make sure if she needs lunch, take her lunch. Doing anything out of your way to make sure she happy. And that's when I think, like, when I'm in love, I ain't thinking about nobody else. I'm taking down her hair. You know what I'm saying? Massaging her feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing little things I don't do, making sure she good. You know, so that's when I think I'm in love.
That's
I
good.
would say oh my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say I take interest in like what she's doing, like what her interests are. I don't even care like if she want to sell lipstick around the city. Hey, I'm gonna be driving. Like, hey, let's get this lipstick out. Hey, let's make sure we get it done. And then showing like my interest because it's a part of her. It's something that's passionate to her.
Okay. Okay. When they support
I,
you. Okay.
I would say when you have tunnel vision. Um, when you have tunnel vision, when you doing things that are like out of your character, things that you're not used to doing, and you're developing more emotional intelligence. Um, you're going through like this transformation within yourself, and then it shows in the relationship. That's when you know you're in love. At least, I guess, from my perspective, when you're like Torrance was saying, when you start doing, taking interest in what she's interested a lot more, that's when you like, oh God, I'm over here selling lipstick. Jesus Christ, like I'm in love. So it's basically the tunnel vision. It's like you're blocking everything out. I got my eyes focused on her. It gets to a point where you might be in the mall one day and be like, let me go to Zales real quick. That's when you know you're in love. Because guys don't talk about going to Zales for nobody. So, um, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think I think love is like a drug, man. I think love hit you like a drug. It come out of nowhere and double cocks your ass. Nobody's supposed to be there. I think it's crazy. I think you be lost. You don't lost your damn mind. You don't know what's going on. You can't think about nobody else. You don't want to eat. You can't sleep. You wake up in the morning. You want to hang up on the phone and call right back. You know what I mean? It's crazy, right? You see it and you don't see it. Was that my baby? Or she looked like my baby? Or that could have been my baby? Or we could have a baby that looked like that. Love is crazy, man. Love is like taking the biggest fucking ecstasy pill you ever took in your life. You know? Love is like you rolling and you've been rolling for 2 months. Love is just crazy, man. When you love somebody, you know too. You know what I mean? It ain't like maybe I'm in love. No, I'm in love. I'm sprung. It's just one of those things, man. It's hard to define love, man. You know what I mean? Love is like, I don't know how many people got kids, but I got children, man. It was love. I pulled them out. We cut the cord. It was love. That's love. You just know it is. You know? But love fades, man, because you gotta be able to cultivate that relationship forever if you want to be with somebody forever. And love comes from giving, not what you can get. Love is when you want to give more than you can get. That's love. You know what I mean? Because I give my kids more than I can ever want from them, right? That's love. So it ain't about, what can I get from a person? How much do she love me? It's about how much can I love her? How can I make her happy as hell today? How can I make her day? That's what love is, man, in my opinion.
That's good. Cody, he just summed it all up. Yes. Okay. All right. How do y'all feel about a woman shooting her shot? Now this come from the group because they be wanting to know, should they shoot their shot at the guys in there?
Shoot it.
Stop being scared and shoot your shot. We want you to shoot your shot.
Shoot it.
We want you to.
I think this is one of the things. It's like we always look for. I don't know. I think society really, makes it like this. Like we're always expecting the man to be that first one to initiate stuff. But at the end of the day, we're humans. Like if you're attracted to somebody, you're attracted to them. Like let it be known. It's nothing that says, oh, because you're a man, you have to do things this way. Or because you're a woman, you have to do things this way. That's personally how I feel. Now, you can make your interest known. Whether it's going to go to the next level or not, like that's on what y'all work out. But it's nothing wrong with letting somebody know that you're attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? Or that you find interest in them. Like I totally believe you should be open and you should communicate that. Like no matter who you are. So
yeah, I say shoot your shot. The reason why we would be having this conversation is just women at large be bad at it only because y'all don't do it enough. The reason why guys is good at it or better at it is only because we had to get over the nerves earlier because society deems us the ones that have to do it.
Yeah.
But if y'all do it, it's more likely that if y'all do it, that it's gonna pan out favorably.
Yeah, and I would say this. I would say think about it like this, right? You shoot your shot. It don't work out. There's only one or two things that can happen. Okay, you shoot your shot. All right, now you know what it is. You can move on, and now you're closer to, finding a guy that you want to be with, or it don't work out, and y'all just become dope friends. Like you still have somebody in your life that's, of value. So I think if you kind of dial it back and think about it that way, it'll help you, be more comfortable with shooting shots. Because not everybody needs to be in a relationship. If you just want to be honest, some people just meant to be good friends. But until you have that open and honest conversation, you will never know. You'll always be in the back.
Well, I would also say, oh my bad, bro.
Taurus weekend. I was gonna say, understand this though, ladies, they can't deal with rejection. That's why they don't shoot their shot. Ladies have a hard time with rejection.
Because they don't do it
guys, with guys, I mean, guys shoot their shot all the time because you miss the shots you don't take. So, you get enough. Like I'm speaking basketball terms. You game day, you get enough shots up. Eventually, they're gonna start falling. So that's why guys, have gotten better at shooting a shot at women because trial and error. Like, the ratio to guys is like what 10-1. So it's like, okay, if she don't find me attractive, or if she's saying no, then it's 9 more that could possibly say yes. So guys don't have a problem with shooting a shot. Women definitely have a problem with shooting a shot because of the rejection.
The rejection is the same though, bro. The rejection is the same for men and women. It's just we don't have a choice to not. Like if we don't shoot, ain't no game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hey, I want to respond to this comment real quick. They said, in my experience, when a woman shoots their shot, the man gets arrogant and starts to act like he got the upper hand. So I'm telling you, I'm in a barbershop all day, and I hear this too. So a lot of men will get like, okay, yeah, she, she on my head, like she on my team or whatever. Basically, I can access that whenever I want to or whenever I get ready. Let me tell you this: if you dealing with a guy that begins to get arrogant, like 9 times out of 10, you don't need to be the individual. You don't even need to be trying to seek it out, because a real man is gonna have that honest conversation with you, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna acknowledge your feelings, and even if it's not something that they're ready for, they're gonna let you know and let you down easy, rather than being arrogant and trying to, just have you like as a notch on the belt. So, if you start to get those jobs, don't second think it. Just go with it. Just leave it alone and move on.
And also, don't let the attention that a man gets on social media keep you from shooting your shot. Because, I mean, if you look, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gonna get likes and comments. You can't control that, so don't let that keep you from shooting your shot.
That's real. Because we continue to go off what we see on social media versus who the person really is. Like, nobody knows who I really am. Y'all see what I do on social media. You know what I'm saying? So, like Joe was saying, shoot that shot. Don't be scared. At the end of the day, what can happen? You know?
Hey, I read something. I read something that said single people, men and women, on average, will miss 10 love connections a year. It's men and women, because we don't pick up on the signals, or because we're afraid. I walk in the grocery store, she walks in the grocery store, I look at her, she looks at me, and we feel something. We know, that little extra little bit. She goes that way, I goes this way. And that's for men and women. We miss that love connection. Now, for men, we have to be able, because women like to sit back and say, we was raised this kind of way and I don't pursue a man. We have to take our shots, because that's what it is, right? But women don't actually shoot their shot that way. Women have other ways of shooting their shot. Women let you know if women look at you extra long, want to touch you a little bit, want to laugh at your stupid ass joke that wasn't even funny, they have other ways of letting a man know that they're interested, right? But what happens is women will start to misunderstand that we don't speak the same language again, right? Maybe I say I'm not available. You want to go to dinner Tuesday? No. Women take that as rejection. I don't want to go to dinner Tuesday, but I'm happy to go to dinner on Friday. So we don't speak the same language. And that goes back to, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, that feminine and masculine energy. Women do it differently. Men, we miss the cues all the time, man. If a woman want to touch you, if she touch you at all, that's a sign. If she extra looking at you, that's a sign. If she over there laughing with her girlfriend about you, they're not talking about you. You know what I mean? They're not talking about you in a bad way, unless you just, Pee Wee Herman or somebody. More than likely, one of them like you. One of them might be interested, But I think, to answer the question, I think women should be a little bit more aggressive, because what women don't understand is we don't speak the same language. You can't say, hey, listen, I gave him the cues and the signs and he didn't bite. Well, we might not pick up on that, because we hunters, man. We over here. Our minds ain't quite what y'all's are. You know what I mean? You guys feel everything. We don't. We don't pick up on that. Women have what's called discernment. They can pick up on every emotion in the room of everybody in the room. We can't. We men, we don't. We over here. She be like, that motherfucker over there, I saw that look, and she this. A woman could tell you everything about everybody in the room. Well, we didn't even pick up on it. As gangsters as we are, right? We know it. Women know for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for answering the questions. We just gonna do a little Q&A for probably about 10 minutes. Brittany, you want to kind of go with the Q&A, or do you want me to do it?
Sure. You want to go off the questions already asked, or you want them to start asking the questions?
They can start asking questions.
All right, ladies, or I think it's a few guys in here watching too. If y'all want to go ahead and ask questions for the next 10 minutes, y'all can go ahead and put them in, and we'll put them on the screen, and the fellas will go ahead and answer the questions for you guys. I think Candace had just asked one too, though.
Yeah, Candace's question. I think
Can you put that back up there, Candace? What Candace just said? How do we decline? How do they decline respectfully? Yeah, that one. So, guys, how would you say that a woman should decline respectfully? What you guys are approaching if she's not interested.
So you're not interested, but doing it in a respectful manner. Like, don't leave me on red or leave my messages unread, because then I'm gonna keep pressing the issue. Hey, how you doing? What's good? I'm gonna keep responding to your stories and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna keep doing it until I get a response. But if you don't say nothing, you know, guys can take rejection. At least give us, let us be in the know that okay, she's not interested in me. Cool.
Okay.
You know, one of the best ways I've been rejected, and I know that sounds like an oxymoron, right? But one of the best ways I've been rejected was, I'm flattered, but I'm sorry I'm unavailable right now. I'm flattered, but I'm sorry I'm unavailable. You know,
look, hold on, wait, don't tell me that. So I dealt with him. When you let people down, you gotta be clear, because if you say I'm flattered but I'm not available right now, then like you, bro, I'm going, hey, how you doing? How you been? What's up? I'm still gonna try to reach. But if you really meant I'm not interested in you, like, don't talk to me, say that, because I'm gonna still be hitting you up. Like, it's just, what I'm saying. A lot of guys. Yeah, so if you tell me right now, I'm taking it and I'm running with it. Okay, right now I can work with that. Not right now, but maybe later. So sometimes you just got to be clear, 100% clear with what you're saying, but be nice about
it. And that's because you're not speaking her same language. Because what she really meant was, you ain't got a shot, dog. You know what I mean? You got to know that. You got to know that's what she really meant.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like, sometimes it will come
your
back.
ass down nicely, and you ain't got a chance.
Hey, sometimes that might mean later, but more times than not, that means no. And then that's what I was gonna say to the original comment made. If she say that and then you check back and she don't respond, ladies, the worst case scenario to be kind is just don't respond. If they don't get it after that, then that's on them. Like, you don't lose no energy by not responding at all.
Yeah, especially if you reach back out to her and she ain't responding to you, then you know clearly, like, yeah, that ain't it. So.
Well, what I can say, it's depending on the situation. If it's a safety issue at hand, I mean, you gotta think quick, because down here I know a few people that got shot for not giving out their number. So I mean, it depends on the situation per se.
Wow. That's crazy.
That happens here too. All right, guys. Thank you for that input. So we have another one. So is a woman with a child a deal breaker for you guys, or is it typically a deal breaker in general?
No, because I got 2 boys.
It's not for me. It's not for me, and I don't got kids.
No.
What you say, you don't have kids and it's still not a deal breaker?
I mean, if she got like 5, then
right.
It's over.
But 1, then okay. If she's like super, super dope and she got her stuff together, 1 kid, I'm gonna consider that.
Mm-hmm.
5, then
it's not a deal breaker for me at all.
Okay.
I would say it's not a deal breaker, but also I do want to know the aspect, like what's going on with the child's father. Are we gonna be out? He gonna come up trying to shoot out our windows or something? Hey, I'm just gonna be real. Ask that.
That's important. That is important. Like, the relationship, like, is it on the good note? Like, is he coming around? He's still trying to holler at you? Like, that's important. And those are, good questions to ask for sure. So I like that perspective, Torrance. All right, so we got another one. So I guess this is for the guys that currently have kids. How do y'all balance dating with and handling the baby mama? What is your girl role, and how would she stay in her place by asking your servants towards the baby mamas?
I can touch on this subject very well.
Okay.
All right. Hear me out, y'all. Number 1, it's difficult for a guy to, in my opinion, and this is coming from a personal perspective, it's difficult for a guy with children to date, because, and especially if you're like, I would say like a good father that take care of the kids, got a good relationship with the children's mother and everything. So for me, how do I balance dating?
So my last situation that I was in, talking with a young lady, and she knew that I had two boys and everything. She kind of overstepped her boundary, if you will, by giving me an ultimatum. And what I mean by that is she wanted me to tell my children's mother that me and her were talking or a thing or whatever. And I wasn't ready for that. Um, so what she did was she kind of added some drama to the situation by hitting her inbox on Facebook and just telling everything. Um, so that situation, it's kind of it's very difficult because you want to set boundaries when it comes to you and your kids and dating. Um, so to answer that question, it's kind of difficult to balance that because here it is, you know, the young lady that I was talking to, she don't have kids, so it's like she don't understand the situation or the severity of my relationship with my children's mother, because we right now we have like an awesome co-parenting situation, and you know that is something that I take very serious. Um, when it comes to dating, it's important for guys with kids to set those boundaries, because you never know. I mean, because if you're talking about dating someone seriously, and you're basically saying that, okay, eventually you're gonna be a part of my family, you're gonna have to get to know my children and everything. So that stuff needs to be taken serious. So that's why, um, for me, again, it's a personal situation. It's kind of difficult. But as long as you have that boundary set and that communication, um, then I guess the situation will be okay.
Okay. Okay, they said that's good. So I think you hit on the question. Um, I guess we'll go ahead. I think we're gonna make this one the last one. Yeah, this one gonna be the last one. So can the relationship work if your immediate family doesn't care too much for your significant other? That's a great question.
I think it can work. It'll just put a strain on the relationship. Um, I think it just really depends on the two people, but I honestly think you can still make a relationship work. It'll just be weird a lot of the times. So I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
In order for the relationship to work, any relationship, your partner, your significant other has to feel like they're the most important person in the world to you. Point blank. Point blank. That person, that man or that woman needs to feel like they're the most important person in the world to you. That's the only way the relationship's gonna work.
Anybody else? Reggie, Leroy?
I think it also depends on your relationship with your family. There's a lot of people whose family is real small, so it don't really matter. Like for me, I got a big family and we all super tight. So yes, for me it's important. You gotta be my family to be in a relationship. Then you know what I mean? Like, it all gotta work. But I think it can still work if there was like some troubled waters in the beginning, because just like I value you, my family value me. And if you're making me happy, after a while, we're gonna be able to fix whatever happens, so long as you didn't get crazy out of pocket.
Right.
If it worked and it's meant to be and it matters to you both, and that's with anything, with any problem, y'all gonna be able to get around it and figure it out and make it work. So the family thing is just the same. And whoever it is that's having the trouble, whether it's me and my family or you and your family, you're gonna do what's necessary on your side or your end to make sure they know the type of man that I am. I'm gonna make sure they know the type of woman you are. Because you make me happy, they gonna allow that relationship to flourish.
That's good. Yeah, and I've seen that happen, like you said, where the relationship between the significant other and the family doesn't start off too good, and like you said, because they value you, eventually they kind of just make amends, and
Yeah, because they human too. You know, family, they family, but they human too. They make mistakes. So
Mm-hmm.
judge the situation, or you might have been wrong, and they were just taking your side as they should. But over time, you can mend all that.
Good. Anybody, Torrance? I know you just got back in. I don't know if you had anything, but it was basically, do you think a relationship can work if your significant other and your family don't get along in the beginning or don't get along?
I would say it can. This is basically about a value of respect on both sides, but also like using discernment as well. With it, you gotta use discernment because sometimes your family is telling you the truth and sometimes they're not. But if they're not telling you the truth, hey, you have to put your foot down and be like, no, this is what it is. You're gonna respect it.
Good. All right. Well, that was the last question. And yeah, I don't think we got any more after that one. So we appreciate you guys. This has been awesome. The ladies was chiming in saying they want to do one. They want a ladies version. They want to come in and tell their confessions. So we're gonna have to make that happen. But this was great. Comments was great. You all gave a great perspective. This was really enjoyable. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking the time out tonight. As you guys can see, this was brought on by the Purpose Match Singles Group, which most of us are all a part of. CC and I co-founded, we administrated it. So, this is one of the many things that we have and we will be having in the future. If you are single, you enjoy this, and you want to be a part of our group, CC is going to pin the group in the comments. And you guys come on in. We look at, we have great conversation every day. We really become a family. We enjoy. We have over 400. I think we close to like 450 in there. Started in August, so it's great. It's been awesome. We've learned a lot. We've experienced a lot. We challenge each other. We support each other. But we definitely appreciate you guys being on tonight. Cece, did you have anything else you wanted to say to the people?
I just want to say thank you guys for taking the time out to come on this live with us. I appreciate you guys. Reggie, you always look out. So, homie, I appreciate you.
Yes.
Thank you. So he's kind of, and then he's not a part of the singles group either. So,
thank you, Cody.
I was going to just say thank y'all for having me and all the fellas, man. It was a pleasure. And y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. This is fun.
Thank you.
We'll have more.
We will definitely have more.
Same thing. It was fun, man. It was fun, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the fellas too, man.
Awesome. Well,
have a good night.
Yes, we are going to go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Get ready for the new week coming up. But we will be seeing you guys again. You will be seeing us. And we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Y'all get that ladies thing going. I'm coming with some fire questions.
Don't worry. The ladies going to hold it down. Y'all hear that? He calling y'all out. The ladies going to hold it down.
I'm coming with the heat.
Y'all might need to have one guy on the panel just to kind of make sure it's cool.
Okay. All right. We're in the for that.
We'll do that. And I think that'll be our next one. We'll have a panel of ladies.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to think of something real good, like real good.
I think the best. I think the best one is the battle of the sexes, man. The unisex, the mixed up groups. A bunch of women is just a bunch of women talking. Y'all do that all the time.
This guy here.
Cece, before we end this, can I share something real quick? Ladies, if y'all still chimed in, I think it's about 10 people in there. Check this out, y'all. Proverbs 12:4. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. So, as long as you ladies equip yourselves and be good wives, you won't decay your husband's bones.
Okay.
Right.
You gotta bring a word.
Amen.
That's Okay, we gonna have the ladies on the panel, and we got something for you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we should have you be the guy that's on there, so they can.
CC, that was a helpful word. This wasn't a battle. That was just some help.
It was, but you don't
Amen.
know what he's doing.
Amen.
You don't know what he be doing in the group. He be
setting up.
I ain't talking about the group. I'm talking about that word. That word was just
the word was good.
The word was good.
It was good. But he know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a messenger. It's a messenger. It ain't the word.
Y'all trying to find a word that conflict with that. But this one says, nah,
y'all.
That was all positive.
Yes, it was though. I enjoyed you guys tonight, and y'all have a good night. Have a blessed week. Goodbye. Bye, y'all.